Today, we're taking on a gigantic project. We are going to transform this entire mountain into a massive corrupted nether portal. With lava, tentacles, death and decay everywhere, it's going to look awesome. This project took over 100 in-game days to complete, but it was super fun to take on, so I hope you guys enjoy. So, let's go over the plans for this nether portal. So, my starter house is just on the other side of these mountains, but right here we have a nice big mountain face. And so I think what would be really cool is if inside of the mountain here, we sort of hollowed it out and made an Oblivion Gate from the Elder Scrolls style nether portal, but also making it sort of like the portal from Stranger Things to the other side, where we have this sort of like corruption seeping out, and it looks like the nether is spreading to the overworld. I'm thinking I'll make a big land bridge right in the middle here, and then on either side, maybe some big lava moats, but I'm not 100% sure. I have a plan in my head, but I'm pretty much just gonna wing it. So let's get rid of these trees to get a better view of the terrain. Well, that took a decent amount of time, but on the bright side, I will never need to get wood again. So, here's what we're looking like. I probably will need to cut down some more trees in the future, just some more on the sides, but I just wanted a general view of the terrain. So, since the nether is a pretty dead and lifeless and corrupted place, I think it makes sense for us to now take out all of the grass and maybe all of the dirt from this area, just to see what it looks like dead. I think it would be really nice if we just had mostly stone, and then once we have that, I can go back afterwards and add in a little bit of dirt here and there. Uh-oh. Alrighty, so it's looking pretty good so far. I'm definitely going to be taking more grass and dirt out in the future, but I just wanted to sort of get a good scale of what the mountain looked like underneath all the dirt. So now what we're going to do is just a bit of landscaping. I'm going to cut out the first few layers of the face of this mountain, and then also maybe smooth out some of this stone and make it look a little nicer and less messy. Stone isn't going to be the permanent ground, but I'll at least try to get a good shape that I like. Alright, and there we go. So right around here, as you can see, I made this little land bridge that sort of goes over the river, and I think I'm still going to expand it a bit more on each side, but this was just a good starting point. And then all this stone you see will eventually be replaced with many different blocks. Stone is just the base I'm starting with, and then right here's the sort of outline for where the portal will be. The portal will be about right where I'm standing right now, and then the inside of this I'll hollow out a bit more, and we're actually going to create a bit of the nether inside of this giant mountain here. I think it'll look really cool to look through the portal, and it'll make it look like you could almost see the nether on the other side. I also did work on creating one smaller little lava pool, and this required a lot more lava than I thought. And we're going to need a ton of lava. But thankfully, with dripstone, we can now make lava farms. And we also got a decent amount of iron from hollowing out some of this mountain and the surrounding area. So, let's make ourselves a lava farm. Okay, the moment of truth. If I did this correctly, I should be able to place one cauldron here, push a button here, and yes, the loop starts. So with this loop now, I should be able to just stand here, hold right click, and my inventory, oh, I've just got a shield. And my inventory is full, so what'll happen is these cauldrons will fill up with lava. I will eventually get enough lava in one of them that it can fill up a lava bucket, and the lava bucket, since I don't have room in my inventory, will just get shot out and should go into this chest. Yes! And then I've got a hopper or a dropper next to me, dropping buckets every time I get a new lava bucket. So, if I just hold right click for a while, after no time, we should have pretty much our entire inventory in this entire chest filled with lava, given that I have enough buckets, but I have a lot of iron, so I'm not too concerned. This is actually a really cool farm. I'm glad they added dripstone into this game. Alright, sweet. So, now that we've got the lava farm going on, what we can do now is, I think, first I want to expand this land area a bit more with some more stone, and then also create ourselves some lava moats on either side, as well as I'll probably periodically place random blocks of lava to sort of fit the vibe a bit better. But to get the stone we need to continue this land area, I'm gonna need to hollow out more of this mountain. What we do have completed is the actual portal. So what we're gonna do now is light it so that we can actually head to the nether And, oh, look at that. And collect some blocks for the inside of the mountain right there. Just things like glowstone, maybe nether brick, netherrack, stuff like that. A lot of blocks. And we'll also need some of them to decorate the outside of the portal to sort of showcase the nether seeping into the overworld. I don't like the Soul Sand Valley. Oh, but we're close to a Crimson Forest. Cool. So I'm not really sure what I'll need, so I'm just gonna gather like a ton of nether resources, like all the different types of resources, and it should be good enough for me. This build is really starting to come together now that I have the frame pretty much done. I can start doing a lot of the decorating work, which I'm super excited for. Really, the only thing stopping me from completing this project sooner is I'm having to take frequent breaks for my hands. The amount of blocks I've mined and placed in the past 2 days working on this is insane. So my hands deserve some breaks. Okay, I've got a good amount, so what I'm gonna do now is head back and start decorating the area and see what it looks like. And if I need to grab some more blocks, I can always come back here and get more. I'm definitely gonna focus on the look of the crimson biome more than anything else because I think the reds will really help get the sort of like evil, corrupted look that I'm going for with this build. Okay, look how cool this looks from a distance. Okay, well, maybe it doesn't look that cool yet, but it'll look really cool soon. I think this is like prime real estate for the nether portal too, because eventually I'm gonna have these mountains sort of filled up with villages. Since we have a village over there, and another one over there, I'm gonna sort of connect them all and just make a giant kingdom. Okay, so let's see this inside area. I think this inside isn't quite big enough for me, so let's hollow it out a bit more. That's better. I just wanted to give myself a little bit more space, and also I used the stone to sort of outline a less unnatural looking space. Instead of being so structured, I wanted the stone formation to look a bit random, but most of this is going to be replaced with netherrack, so let's get with decorating the inside of this area. Okay, so at this point, I'm pretty satisfied with how the inside of the portal looks. I definitely was not going to fill this entire cave up to look like the nether, so I just created some artificial walls. I used lava for every light source I needed, hung some vines and put string underneath them so they would stop growing, and I think it looks pretty good. I also really enjoy how there are a few zombified piglins. I think some are trapped on the other side of the wall, but I'm just gonna let them keep spawning and populate the area because it's really fitting. I had enough materials for the most part, but I hugely underestimated the amount of netherite I needed, which required me to go back to the nether a few times, mine netherite, and then repair my pickaxe, but thankfully, it's got mending. But in terms of the crimson blocks, I'm pretty much out. So now I think what the plan is we're going to head into the nether and grab some more crimson blocks, as well as see if we can find ourselves a nether fortress. I think I'm going to have a lot of the nether fortress blocks and crimson blocks sort of coming out of the portal here, almost like tentacles like reaching out of the portal, trying to escape to the overworld. And then also, right near the portal will probably be a series of nether blocks, like netherrack and crimson nylium, stuff like that. But as we go farther out, I just want it to look more like a wasteland, sort of dead, desolate. I'm thinking maybe deep slate, cobbled deep slate, stone, cobblestone, things like that. I might add some campfires around for some smoke. I think it'll look really cool. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot about gold armor. Oh boy. Why are you all ganging up on me? Shouldn't you be trying to take out the hoglin? I am going to need a lot of this nether wart block. Alright, it is time for a big moment. I've repaired all my tools, and in these chests, I've gathered pretty much any block I could ever want to build this. Ooh, our piglin army is coming along nicely. I might need some population control on these guys, though. I don't want it to get too out of hand. So I think what the best plan is first, let's transform the mountain to look how we want. And then afterwards, we will do the sort of corrupted nether portal look. Okay, so after a very long time, here is where we are at. I'm actually a fan of this. I really like it. Again, it's not a super beautiful build, but that's not the point. I really like the look of this here. The only thing I might change is I might go through in the future and change more stone for coarse dirt to sort of show that this area used to have some life, used to have some soil, but not anymore. But wow, I really think this turned out good, and it's going to look even better once we're done with the portal, because the portal is going to be the main centerpiece of this. I also think I might spread out the nether bit a bit more, as in like out here I might place some more netherrack and soul sand and stuff like that, but it looks really nice. As you can see, we've got the block palette on the ground, but also I decided to go for these smokestacks quite frequently around here, and it looks really good. The way I did this was I dug down 3 blocks, I placed a hay block, a campfire, and then some type of stone wall above it. Normal campfires, the smoke will go up about 8 blocks, but if you put hay underneath the campfire, the smoke will then go up 15 blocks, which is how I got some variance in the height of the smoke. Almost gives me a bit of a volcano vibe, but once we have the portal done, it'll look awesome. So, let's try to do the portal. This is gonna be tricky. You see, I really should have gotten my elytra before this, because scaling this mountain just to make more netherrack spread across here is taking a long time, or at least maybe I should have gotten scaffolding, because I've been doing this for like 3 hours. It looks good. I just have lost my sanity. It's also hard because I'm sort of just trying to randomly place this, and I have no idea if it looks good. I don't know if it looks good until I go down to the front. Okay. So, after a long time, I'm pretty happy with where we are at right now. So, this is the current stage of the build. To be honest, I'm mostly just happy that I'm pretty much done, because half my footage I just recorded isn't even usable, because the amount of time I had to spend redoing these tentacles was insane. But thankfully, I watched a video by a YouTuber, TrixieBlocks, and he had some cool nether portal designs, and so I got a little bit of inspiration from him for the portal. I didn't continue the tentacles inside though, because this is supposed to just be like the nether. I don't know. You can't really tell. The only thing I want to try out now is I want to go back to my base, because I should have some glass left and also some different dyes from all the flowers around here, and I want to see how different shades of stained glass will look in the portal. I might have to move the portals itself back 1 block, but you know, it'll be worth it. The hardest part though was truthfully scaling this mountain and trying to get netherrack everywhere. That was, yeah, I'm traumatized. I think stained glass is a good idea. If I put the stained glass directly in front of the portal and switch up some of the colors, I really like the effect that gives. I don't know, I'm a fan. I was messing around with stained glass. I did some gray to sort of emulate the fog effect that you can create with it, but this, I'm a fan of this. Let me know what you guys think down below. So, I'm fairly satisfied with where we're at right now, but I still feel like this build is just missing that oomph it needs. You know what I mean? It just needs a little bit extra. So I think what I'm going to try to do right now is make another one of these little like tentacles coming out of this lava pool here. I think that would look really cool, and I'll make it sort of like bridge over this area. Might add another smaller lava pool here and do the same thing. I'll see how it looks. Okay, I think that looks really good. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is make a smaller one out of this lava pool, see how that looks, and maybe I'll add, as I was saying, maybe I'll add one more somewhere else around here. I wonder what day we're on. So this video started on day 70 something. Oh, we're on day 162. This build in itself has pretty much been a 100 days video. Alright, so the tentacles coming out of the lava I think was a really good touch. I think it looks super cool. What I also did was did some more slab work, adding some lower areas within around here, and also adding some slightly more lava pools and adding slabs around the lava pools. I think this whole build is starting to really come together. I think the best thing for me to do is just keep making these small additions here and there and small changes just to make this come alive, because it's looking really good so far. Also, yes, I can actually access the nether. I have a little thing right here, and this is my little, this is my actual portal, these 2 blocks. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is pretty much go through all of my chests, just look at the blocks I have, and also look at this build and see if I can find or think of anything that I might be able to add or change to make this a little better. Alright, so with some minor last minute touches, this is the finished product. This was by far one of the largest build projects I've taken on. Just all the mining and placing blocks I had to do. It took well over 25 hours to complete. Although I might have given myself carpal tunnel, it's definitely worth it because I thought this turned out pretty cool. This is also the exact vibe I was going for, so I'm a fan of it. Oh yeah, I really like how it looks from a distance, especially with all the smoke coming out. But there we go, we have finished our nether portal transformation. If you guys enjoyed, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out, and I've been putting a lot of time into these videos. But that's all for today's episode. My name is JWhisp, and I will see you guys all in the next episode.